this happen lah healthcare in hospital, where they also bring their children pergi ke lab. Even sebenarnya tak boleh lah. So these two things, I can say that the procedure, you can have your procedure, but people attitude is another thing.
Hi, morning everyone. Welcome to Techie Talk by MBOT, where we talk to people who are building, leading and shaping the way we live and work. Today, we have got a special guest, Technologist Abdul Syukor Othman from Iftitah Group. He's the founder and the group CEO behind the healthcare tech and medical devices group with experience as a radiation protection officer, RPO, Safety and Health Officer, SHO, and ISO Lead Auditor. Semua O di belakang our punya special guest today. Today, we will dig into his career, tech perspective, and leadership lessons. Technologist Abdul Syukor Othman, welcome to the Techie Talk by MBOT. Great to have you here. Hi.
Hi, Salam, thank you very much. It's an honor for me to be here on the Techie Talk. So hopefully I can share with you some experience and about my career path and everything.
I'm surely you were going to share a lot because tadi I dah mention you have many O kan. Ada CEO, ada RPO, ada SHO kan. Surely you have a lot of things to share, TS. So TS, sekali lagi welcome to the show. Before we dive into the titles and the achievements, too many O kan. So how do you usually introduce yourself when you meet someone for the first time, TS?
Oh, okay. Basically, just I just introduce like everyone else. Okay, but when I use TS, especially on the formal written emails or letters, they sometimes they misunderstand about the TS. So they will call me hi Tan Sri. So that's something that they maybe they don't know what is
Amin
TS
dulu lah,
is.
kita amin dulu dapat.
So kita amin lah.
Amin.
Okay, but it's something like sometimes I'm doing some discussion with the government servant. So they treat me like a Tan Sri, you know. So even I'm not the Tan Sri yet, but they use it as they treat me like a Tan Sri lah. So that's a good thing.
Very humble.
So but then I explained to them that it's not the Tan Sri lah. It's a technologist. It's some sort like IR, AR or something like that.
So who is Abdul Syukor Othman then?
Okay, basically, I would like to introduce myself as a entrepreneur. Then I'm someone that always doing lot of things that we can say challenge. I always challenge myself. Okay, so before I go into this nuclear related industry, okay, maybe I can share a bit about myself. So during my application to university, the first choice is nuclear science. So at that time, I think I will be a nuclear man in the future lah.
I'm very sure X-Men movie could be your favorite.
Before I go into the university, that I think that nuclear science is something that, yeah, I think I can make a nuclear bomb sometime. So that's what I think.
Sounds scary.
Yeah. So I put the first choice is nuclear science. Okay, I quite interested into nuclear industry lah. Okay, so when I learn more about the industry, then I know how we used to apply nuclear into the industry. And then I go deeper I start with the industry oil and gas. Okay, so I'm doing sales on the what we call non-destructive testing. Then after that, I go into healthcare industry, which I think healthcare is much more applied nuclear we can do into the industry.
So that is how you actually starting off your career.
Yeah.
From day one, you pick up your course,
As a nuclear.
you nuclear.
Yeah.
Then from oil and gas, you further up your game into the healthcare. So this actually that really means that you really love nuclear very very much.
Yes.
So
Even my children also said that, oh, my father is a nuclear man.
yeah, Papa is X-Men. Papa is the
Yeah,
X-Men, no?
Papa expect.
X-Men. So TS, taking us back, what do your earlier career look like? Kan dari belajar nuclear med and then all the way up until sekarang kan. So what is the push factor pushing you towards entrepreneurship?
Okay, because most of my friends lah, they are going into the research agency Nuclear Malaysia. So, but myself is someone that I cannot do something on one place. I need to move around. So I think the most best career I can go is sale lah. Sale and service. Okay, so I start with sale and then I go into service as well. Okay, from there I learn more about the nuclear related technology. Even Alhamdulillah, I going to Canada for training. So I go into the Canada nuclear reactor. So that will be something that I think entrepreneur is my type. That one.
So now in this nuclear technology, Ts Sukor, what part of this nuclear making you most enjoyable until today?
I think the service part lah.
The service part.
Yes.
So
The service part.
the service part making you excited.
Yes, because I'm dealing with machine. So machine, that's something not give feedback to us. Like when we dealing with people, they can talk back to you. But when the machine, you boleh kata, teruk you ni, dia tak balas.
But it can be one thing, but kalau kita maintain the machine, kalau machine tak cakap, kita tak tahu apa salah, apa yang masalah. Kan apabila kita tengok patient, how are you today? Doctor ask, oh saya kepala pening lah, tapi machine tak cakap. So that could be one.
That will be challenge me.
Yeah.
So the troubleshooting skills, that will be something that you can enhance from time to time. Because each machine will have different type of problems. So you can say this machine A, this is the problem. Machine B, it will be the problem. Even the same machine. So it's always challenge you the troubleshooting skill.
So the moment you're able to solve the problem, that's where you feel excited, kan?
Yeah, very excited. Oh, I can settle this. Even sometimes we doing PPM. I try. Okay, last time I do 2 hours. This one I like 1.5 hours. I try to finish the. So you challenge yourself. For the PPM, so service and
Make it
everything.
more efficient and effective, kan? But without compromising the quality and the safety. Yes. Well, that's very, 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 very fun. You're actually making things even easier, kan? Lebih straightforward, kan? Yes. So now, TS, tadi talking about the repair, part of the repair that actually making you feel excited and then feeling that's job satisfaction, kan? So now, Ts Syukor you sekarang adalah the founder and also the CEO, kan, of the Iftitah group, kan. So now what is the decision that atau the moment that significantly changing your career trajectory dari seorang yang buat the technical thing all the way up to today, the Ts Syukor adalah the CEO. Is there any special moment kah atau anything happen?
There is no special moment, but at one time I'm thinking about why Malaysia is a using country. Why don't we become a producer country lah? Because all the medical equipment I can say we import from other countries. Even a simple machine like in radiation, we have survey meter to detect the radiation. That's a very simple thing. It's just a detector, but we cannot produce our own as a we are developing country, so we should go towards have our own produce, not just glove. In healthcare now, Malaysia been known as a glove producer.
Yep.
But we are not known as a medical equipment producer. So that's one day I think that we should go for build up, or we make our own medical equipment for the future.
That could be something that we can replicate untuk macam kita national car, kan?
Yes.
So something that we can actually something that we can proud of ourselves.
Yes.
That can become our pride. That is a very good moment. So that is the moment pushing you towards that.
Yes.
That is a very
Because hopefully in the next 5 or 10 years we can have our own medical equipment. producing by our group. Inshallah.
With your push, I'm very sure that you will be that you will succeed, TS. But now, at that time, when you're moving into that direction, will you seriously been challenged ke? Atau what made during this process? Sometimes we've been challenged, and then from that challenge, our stand to become in that position menjadi lebih firm. So that particular, is there any challenge? Just challenge because of kita nak make in Malaysia je.
There is a challenge because Malaysia, some of maybe some of the companies already have, but they just OEM from the other countries. So OEM, you just take the equipment, come, and then you just put the logo made in Malaysia. So then it's settled lah. So that is the challenge for us. We want to do from A to Z. So this will be a challenge because our cost will be higher. So that will be something that we need to understand.
Yeah, so OEM is the one that they actually dia suruh kilang luar dia buat kan. So they import, they template dia logo kan.
Dia punya logo lah.
Alright, so that's OEM. Okay, so very very clear and simple punya comparison. Thanks, TS. So TS, you are a certified professional technologist and also a radiation protection officer. For the viewers who is actually not really technicals, what does this role actually involve, and why it is so critical in the healthcare activities for the RPO?
It's very very critical for the RPO, Radiation Protection Officer atau pegawai perlindungan sinaran. They need to ensure that the workers is safe from the radiation, because we are dealing a lot with radiation. But some of them, maybe some of the viewers not understand what we do in the hospital related to the radiation. So like when you have a general X-ray, mobile X-ray, but there is another thing, so that what we are doing is a blood irradiator. So blood irradiator is using cesium-137. Okay, cesium-137, the activity is very high. It's almost more than 1,000 curie. Okay, so 1,000 curie is very, very, very high. So if you've been exposed to the radiation, you might be dead actually.
So what would be the saving, the safe range of in terms of the reading in terms of curie? Atau sepatutnya kalau ideally adalah kosong lah, tak boleh lebih kosong, satu cukup.
Satu cukup lah. Maksudnya 1,000 curie is how I can explain lah.
Because you mention 1,000 adalah sangat besar kan?
Sangat besar. Okay, kalau dekat kita buat treatment radioterapi, kalau biasa dekat oncology, so they use is 100 millicurie or 10 microcurie. So it's a 1,000 more than whatever been used in the oncology.
Kalau guna micro, tiba-tiba menjadi 1,000.
1,000 is 1,000, yeah.
It's more than that. It's more than 30 lah.
Yes.
It's scary.
Yes, it's scary. But this is the thing. People always afraid of this. Okay, some of the users lah. Okay, I don't mention lah. Some of our users lah. So when you want to go, we always say to them, this is our responsibility as a RPO. Kita bagi training, kita kata when you nak masuk this bilik, you kena buka you punya survey meter. But almost all the time, I go there, they never bring any survey meter. Dia orang takut, tapi on the safety measures dia orang tak ambil.
Dia macam kita kerja di construction work at height kan, yes, tapi dia tak pasang safety harness lah.
Yes, betul. Tapi this one, dia orang rasa takut dengan nuklear, tapi when we see, okay, this is what you need to do, but they never do. Okay?
True.
So that is our responsibility as RPO lah. We always giving training, okay, but on the implementation daily routine job, sometimes they never do that.
So there's something that more awareness that we need to put in on this TS. So now TS, just so you did mention about this scary 1,000 curie kan. So it can be the radiation also part of the nuclear technology kan.
Yes.
So this nuclear technology sometimes they have some negative punya public relationship punya understanding, like the way public understand in terms of nuclear always very negative. When people hear about nuclear, mesti think of explosion lah, mutation lah, radiation leak pun takut kan. So and it actually come with high cost. So the high cost is the one that actually coming after this. But the one that really coming is like explosion, mutation kan, all this. So you as a specialist in this field, how do you address those deep-seated fears? Maybe there are some fears, of course, but if they can be taken care in a good manner, it should be quite safe. But what is your advice on this? What is the reality of the nuclear safety in that general public often being misunderstood?
Okay, actually, because of the films, actually, so they always say they produce the misunderstanding about the what happened to the people when exposed to the radiation. So that's why people say, oh, kalau you kena irradiate, you akan jadi macam Hulk lah. So you ada new power, you boleh you boleh tolong orang kan. That's the film dah membentuk kita kata pemikiran masyarakat kepada okay, when you exposed to radiation you akan jadi mutant, you akan jadi yalah X-Men lah dan sebagainya kan. Tapi what we need to tell them that when you exposed to radiation actually you will die. You takkan jadi this mutant
Bukan
macam
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle
yes,
lah.
so you takkan jadi macam tu. So we need to always emphasize this during our training. So we show all these pictures, but we say that this will not happen. Okay, because when you exposed to the radiation, this is you not become a mutant. You will die. So you need to understand that radiation safety is very important. So make sure you follow all the procedures. We always make the Chernobyl case. Okay, that why Chernobyl happened. Okay, so it's because of the one of the maybe of the workers. Dia tidak ikut prosedur. Dia bypass one of the procedure, then the accident happen. Okay, back to your question. Macam you kata, adakah this nuclear ni selamat? Okay, I can say that nuclear reactor or nuclear reactor lah is the safest place to work with, because there is lots of safety measures we have been doing before we can operate. Even if Malaysia decided to have our own nuclear reactor in the future, so we need to have a nuclear safety plan and everything. So maybe 10 years, when we decide today, maybe after 10 years, then we can operate the plant. So there is a lot of procedures. I can say it's more safe compared you going by plane.
It's like kalau any bomb ke, the bunker in the hospital is the safest place ah.
Yes. Because I can say that I always dealing with this radiation 1000 curie. So I just say this is the safest place. Because we have lots of procedure the manufacturer need to follow to ensure that the safety of the equipment. So otherwise you cannot sell. Otherwise you cannot process on the human.
True. Very, very true. Yes. Yeah. So Ts, you always having that phrase, think safety, save your life. Yep. So before we got into your career, where did you go into? Then where did this philosophy comes from, Ts? And was there a personal or professional moment that made this safety tagline become your lifelong principle for you?
Okay, because I always read about the accident happen. Why I see the report. So I always use this information to share with the workers that you need to think safety before you do your works. Because why you work? You work for your family. Then when your accident happen, what happened to your family? So this is what I always emphasize on the workers, that you need to ensure your safety first. Like you awak naik kapal terbang kan? Okay, bila oxygen jatuh, save your life first before you help others. Okay, so that's the same principle you can use in your daily working job. That you need to think your safety because you want to give something to your family. Let's say you die, it's okay lah. You punya family tanam terus. Habis cerita. Tapi kalau you ada masalah kehilangan upaya kekal. So your family need to cover you. Maybe
you become burden.
Yes, you become burden to your family.
Burden, yes, true.
So that's why I always say to the workers or anyone I meet, because you need to think your safety first.
True. It's like what my boss used to say, act prudently. So we have to make
Yes.
sure that everything is okay. So back to the year, very early year after Ts Syukor graduated, you started just to mention the only place you can do is sales and service
Yeah.
to make you into an entrepreneur So Ts Syukor, you started off as a sales engineer. You deal with the non-disruptive test in the
Non-disruptive
NTT earlier and regulation related punya products. So what did those early front years teach you about the technology and the people and the responsibility. Responsibility has been covered by TS that mainly on the safety kan. So how does this teach you in terms of technology? How this technology has been evolved?
Okay, I started in 2000, if I'm not mistaken, in 2008 lah, my early career. So at that time, I'm dealing lots of with AELB lah. Now they call it Atom Malaysia. So I'm dealing on the regulation act and everything. So dealing lots with these officers lah. And then I started with a very small, low curie activities lah for oil and gas. The maximum at that time is 100 curie of iridium 192. So then it's more lah. Then it's become more when I go into the healthcare. Healthcare is more higher curie lah compared to the when I started in 2008. So the technology is keep evolve. Okay, it's enhanced from time to time. Now, if you don't use radioactive, you can use X-ray. Okay, you can use X-ray as an alternative method, like we use Linux. Back in I think 30 years ago, we still use cobalt 60 as
cobalt.
the teletherapy. When we have alternative X-ray, linear accelerator, so we change from radioactive to X-ray. So it's also the same. When you have a new technology, develop new technology, so I can see, I see the transition, okay, from radioactive and then you go to X-ray. So I can say in the future now there is a lot of things like new technology I learned. There is one technology from US for brain cancer. So last time, if you want to have a teletherapy unit, you need to have a bunker. So now the equipment is itself is a bunker. So you don't need to have a room, special room or whatever. So I can say that the technology is keep evolve. And then perubahan tu membuatkan saya rasa lagi seronok lah. But in the future, this technology will become more better and better.
It become more mobility kot. Dia lebih portable kan?
Lebih portable, lebih selamat lah sebenarnya.
Lebih selamat kan?
Lebih selamat.
So that actually how it goes. But now talking about technology, then going back again, how about the people in oil and gas versus the people in the healthcare sectors? So what are the main difference, because you have been moving into both sides again? So how these people in two industries shape you from those days into you today?
Okay. I can say that in oil and gas, actually, oil and gas, they have a lot of procedures. You need to follow all the procedures, otherwise you could be penalized or whatever. But in healthcare, it's totally different. Even you have procedures, they can bypass the procedure. They cannot do. Sometimes this happen lah in healthcare, in hospital, where they also bring their children, okay, pergi ke lab, kan. So even sebenarnya tak boleh lah, kan. So these two things that I can say that the procedure, you can have your procedure, but people attitude is another thing.
That's true. Okay. It's more to the awareness
Yes, it's
more to the awareness. Mungkin the awareness kita tak tahu, so dia ingat selamat. So yang ingat selamat tu adalah the one of the cause that where has to be addressed through the awareness.
I agree with your statement. When I also in the construction industry. When we dealing with these people, Bangladesh or from Indonesia, saya sudah buat ini 20 tahun lah. Kenapa saya tak pakai harness? okey saja, tak jatuh, tak apa kan. So that's the thing, that apa yang dia dah buat is okay kan. Jadi kita melihat benda pengalaman-pengalaman kan. So macam mereka kata, saya dah pengalaman 20 tahun tak pernah jatuh pun. So that's how.
Itu 20 tahun dia bernasib baik.
Yes.
Kalau dia tiba-tiba datang malang tak berbau,
Ah.
that's it kan. So cuma bunuh sampai dia metal kau
Betul.
kan. So that's a part that that's very true. Safety is one of the thing yang betul-betul kena ada awareness juga lah. Yes, syukur. Kalau kita balik kepada kita keluar dari nuklear, dari X-ray kan. Healthcare technology as a whole, technology has been mentioned by TS just now. They evolve very very fast kan, very
Yes.
rapidly. So ada AI diagnostic, and then because of AI, because of the technology, so the regulation pun akan menjadi lebih stricter and stricter kan. And then come together with this AI and the digital system, everything has been digitized. So they akan open to some other risks as well. That's why the regulation and it become more stringent. So from your perspective, what is the biggest technical and operational challenge faced by the medtech supplier? Kita supplier medtech yang ada dekat Malaysia right now. What are the biggest challenge in terms of technical atau operational punya challenge?
From my point of view is the compliance to the regulation is the biggest challenge actually. So
Kenapa?
because we have more and more regulation will be implemented in the future. Yes, we can say that this regulation and act will protect you in the future. But as a industry player, so this is something that is another cost you need to consider. Okay, so I can say that act is good, but from point of view as a business owner and business operational, so we see that this is a new challenge lah.
And sometimes kita pun ada led into certain situation, Ts Syukor, macam the technology has been evolving too fast, but the regulation has not yet
Yes.
to move as fast as the technology. So sometimes because of the regulation punya evolvement is not as fast as the evolvement of the healthcare technology, then end up we are not able to use and end up use that technology in that part, which is actually pun tidak ada bawa benefit to the patient that we have. So there must be balance point, right? So in that balance point in terms of regulation dengan technology punya movement, in your opinion, Ts Syukor, what would be the best? Should they work hand in hand? Ke macam mana? In your opinion?
Okay, from my point of view lah, actually, for this orang kata macam mana kita nak mergekan these two lah. Actually, regulator dengan industrial player need to work together. So they need to work together because the industrial player, they have their point of view, regulator have their point of view. We need to merge the thinking. At the end is what is the purpose of these two? Okay, the purpose of the regulation to save people. So we supply the equipment also for the benefit of the people. Okay, so we need to ensure that these two things merge together. So should be not one side point of view saja. Sebab you regulator, you tak boleh kata I nak enforce everything to the industrial player. So macam industrial player, kita tak boleh kata nak tolak semua. So we need to accept all the things. But the best way is to have more discussion between these two. What is the best for the country lah.
So that kena ada synchronize
Synchronize, betul.
and then going together lah.
So but based on my experience actually, sorry to say this lah. Sometimes the regulator they not even know what the equipment is. Dia orang tak pernah pegang, dia orang tak pernah tengok. Sebab dia are the regulator that making the policy and everything. They should know this from point of view daripada industri. Sebab kita yang dealing. So kita tahu, contoh lah ambil the blood related things lah. Dia kata kalau dia orang pernah kata macam ni, macam kalau you nak kalau orang nak curi that radioactive source.
True.
Okay, when they do
Bahaya
the
tu.
so dia kata boleh ke dia orang nak bawa? Kita the machine is 1.5 ton. So you tak boleh ambil radioactive tu bawa lari keluar sebab you ambil, you dah expose dan you dah collapse. So you nak panggil orang untuk angkat is take few 10 people to bring it out.
Tan, dia bukan kilo.
Ton, 1.5 ton. So then all the security will come lah. So there is no chance for the radioactive to be stolen. So that is it. Tapi these people dia tak pernah tengok. So they making the policy. So they say, ya ni orang boleh curi ni.
Dan mungkin ingat the source simpan dalam matchbox kan? Matchbox kan?
So that's why kita kata you should come and you see how we install this machine. So that you can understand that this takkan mungkin orang boleh curi. Tapi kalau you just do in the aircon office and then you make a policy without knowing what the equipment is, so how you can make a good and right policy for the equipment?
Yeah, kemungkinan juga sometimes the design of the machine could be the one should address, but as a whole, as a norm, maybe that could be one of the typical problem juga kena kan. So that's why the regulator mungkin ada that both side. So kemungkinan we have also need to see what is the angle juga lah TS kan.
Yeah,
So
betul.
TS, you are formally recognized as a professional technologist in a nuclear radiological technology. So from your perspective, what does this being as a professional technology means beyond the title?
I can say it's a recognition lah. Recognition for the whoever have been in the industry. Because before this we only have IR, we have AR, but for TS is quite new. But it's a recognition by the industry to the people that involved in this industry that we have lots of different nuclear radiological and different industry. But for us, I think this recognition is very very good for the professional player like us.
Okay, now it's nice. Maksudnya it's something like a add-on credential
Yes.
in terms of kita untuk kalau kita expert tas mestinya kita professional kan.
Betul.
So there is a part that is add-on, meaning that we actually we are doing the work professionally and then without compromising, and on the other side making sure that kita follow code and ethic kan.
Yes.
Okay, so now TS, just now you did mention about when you discuss with your team members, you always take some lesson learned kan, the one that the incidents. So that incidents kita pun boleh consider as one of the mistake kan.
Yes.
So the mistake by the others is the one that we can actually use that mistake for our growth kan. So every time there's a mistake, we embrace mistake. Entrepreneur always embrace mistakes. So whatever mistake, they actually a growth path progression kan. So in that particular point for the mistake, Ts Syukor, if you don't mind, would you mind to share with us one mistake that you made early on, but that changed your leadership style?
Okay. Yeah, mistake is something that we need to learn from lah. Okay. So what I learned is my whole career is don't put trust 100% lah to whoever you kenal lah, even your partners or whatever. Sebaik mana pun mungkin akan ada something that will happen in the future lah. So there is some mistake that I do is I truly trust for the staff or whatever lah. So at the end they step back to my company lah actually.
So they end up keluar atau they create damage to company ke atau
They create damage to company. So that's why kalau kita dalam silat Tok Guru selalu bagi 9 saja, yang ke-10 dia tak bagi. So ada something they need to reserve for them.
That is also one of the jokes that I used to tell my team. Kalau macam Chinese Kung Fu kan ada 18 chapter kan. Dan guru akan ajar 17.
17 betul.
Dan lepas tu the next generation dia akan ajar 16. So after 18 generation no more. Hilang. So pupus. So that's why this is also one of the thing yang kita kena address juga dari segi succession, nanti skill kita hilang. So tak ada kan. So it's one of the thing that I'm sure so that is the thing that making shape you towards today's leadership lah. I'm very sure today you have making a very good big move. I'm sure you'll be supported by a lot of a big team of wonderful team with you. So that is something that I wish TH that can actually boleh further again. Hopefully one day boleh dapat kita punya medical device yang made in Malaysia lah.
Hopefully. Inshallah.
InsyaAllah. So and now TS, before kita wrap it up, so what if you are if you're giving this opportunity to give one piece of advice to your younger self dulu, back to many years. Hari ni kita bagi selalu kita pakai time capsule lah, capsule.
Yeah.
So what will be your piece of device, your piece of advice to your younger self?
Okay, for the youngest, maybe future youngest technologists or engineers, especially for the biomedical engineers in the future. So you need to ensure that you have a very good and deep understanding about what you are doing. Okay, because we want you to be a good in what you are dealing with. Okay, let's say like myself dealing with one machine, we need to understand from A to Z. What the principle, what might be the possibility of the service, the problem might happen. So you need to understand. But what I learned now, some of the youngest, they don't want to learn. Okay, they just want boss, what happened to this? What I need to do? We need to spoon feed for them. So you need to learn by yourself. This is what happened to our previous all old engineers. They learn a lot. They read the manuals. They read the principle. They have a very deep understanding on the principle of the machine. So then you can just close your eyes. You can say, oh, this is what you can do. Because you already have the principle and you have a very deep understanding in whatever you do, not just in the machine related whatever, but you need to have a very strong principle understanding about whatever you want to do, even in the business dalam whatever things you do lah.
True.
So that is my advice.
It's like a baby from the day they're born. So how the baby flip over,
Yes.
how the baby start to sit down, crawl, stand
Yes,
up,
yeah.
walking, running kan. So
Betul.
it's everything by the on kan. So
Yes.
kita hanya pegang tangan dia,
Yes.
coach. But the end they are the one who start running. So kalau we can adopt or replicate this type of doings to our daily life, then it will shape them. Sebab kalau kita spoon feed, so we will not appreciate that
Yes.
solution because that solution come too easy.
Yes.
Then we were going to put that solution away, and one day when we need it, we will forget about it. Dia macam bagaikan sekarang, everything can be get from ChatGPT, everything can get from Google kan. So there's something that I do agree on you, Ts Abdul Syukor. There's a part that we also need to have that hardship because sometimes when we do it in that manners, we earn it. Then when we earn it, then we appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Technology Abdul Syukor. Thank you so much for your sharing, and not by your experience, but your thinking and value. I think our audience will take away a lot of ideas and insight from this conversation today. So to our viewer, if you found today's conversation valuable, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Techie Talk by MBOT. Join us again, and we continue our conversation with the leaders who are shaping the future of technology, leadership, and society. And to our young technologists and technicians out there, if you have anyone that you want to nominate to be in the next podcast, please submit your nomination, contact MBOT. Do visit their social media on Facebook or IG. So until next time, stay curious, stay grounded, and keep leading forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the presentation.
Bye.